My first thoughts when I saw Kristaps Porzingis was going to get traded to the Celtics was why. No, literally, that's exactly what I said on Twitter. I asked why because I wasn't sure how this would fit on the court, and I'm still not 100% sure, but after watching this film, I'm excited for the potential that Kristaps Porzingis can bring to the Celtics offense and how he can hold up on the defensive side of the floor. If you do enjoy this kind of content, we're dropping film breakdowns pretty much every week. So be sure to subscribe, leave a like on this video, and let me know how you think Kristaps Porzingis is going to fit into Boston. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the film of Kristaps Porzingis from last season.
The first thing that really excites me about Porzingis in Boston next season is his ability as a stretch big, whether he's playing the 4 next to Robert Williams or Al Horford, or he's playing the 5 by himself in a smaller type lineup. I think he's going to find ways to really shoot the ball well next year. He shot 38% last season, and he's only going to get cleaner looks playing next to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. This first play, Monte Morris, great dribble penetration. Vucevic has his head turned. Porzingis is going to get a clean look. You got to respect him because he's a near 40% three-point shooter. So it's going to be a hard run out. Porzingis is going to make a move, actually make Vucevic hit the deck a little bit, and he's going to knock down the jumper. Nice play. After watching the tape, I would say that last season was one of, if not the best season from Porzingis of his career, especially at least since New York. He really affected the game, I would say, at all 3 levels offensively. Was pretty solid defensively, too. And what I love about him, and I think what will make him fit really well in Boston, is how he moves without the basketball. He's not stagnant. He knows how to, be a pick and pop screener. He can come off of screens himself. And on this play, he's going to basically just move without the basketball, make a catch here on the wing, and then a little extra dribble to create even more space. Just a very solid play. Another great action, got the defender up in the air, knockdown shooter. Kind of a quick cut to the next play, but another thing is just the deep range that he has. Not a lot of bigs really possess this in the league. Porzingis has deep range. And even though Al Horford was a capable three-point shooter for most of the season last year, he's not stepping 3, 4, 5 feet behind the line, sometimes even as deep as the logo, to knock down threes like Porzingis was last year and how he has for the majority of his career. Another off-ball movement here. Same kind of concept, exit dribble, side step. And this is exactly what I was just referring to. The deep range, the logo type threes that he's able to hit. This is just going to space the floor that much more because defenders are going to have to respect that. Yeah, that is Steph Curry that's closing out, but still, that's a defender that will have to respect the deep range that Porzingis has, and it's just going to create a lot more opportunities for the Celtics offense, which was already really, really good last year. I think they only have room to get better with the additional Porzingis, but that right there, he's catching it at the logo. That's still too much space, and it's a smaller defender than Steph Curry. Another knockdown shot. I really like this play, and the Celtics run a lot of this offense with the big at the top of the screen usually just catches it and hands it back off to whichever wing or guard is cutting. This is Kuzma right here. In other situations, this is going to be Jason Tatum. It's going to be Jaylen Brown. Basically, Kuz going to get the handoff. Kristaps Porzingis is going to give it to him, and he's going to relocate back to the top of, the key to the wing area, get another wide open look. This is a very solid play, man. Never stopping without moving without the ball. And then here, similar look, Porzingis is going to catch it here. He's going to fake the handoff this time, and he's going to get the switch on to Jaylen Brown. Then he's going to go through, fake the handoff. Brown's going to switch on to KP right there. And then this is just the tough shot making ability, because this is well defended by Jaylen Brown. But when you're 7'3", have a high release, and you're a capable jump shooter, you can make those type of shots. And then just the amount of space he covers on this play offensively, not getting stagnant. It's not rare. It's rare that you kind of see that from big guys. But Porzingis moves like a guard off the ball. Going to get caught up in the lane here. Then he's going to try and drive. Porzingis realizes he's in his airspace. Just going to back up. Kind of fill the open gaps in the offense. And he's going to get another wide open shot. Another deep 3, man. Another deep 3. That's going to add a whole different dynamic to the Celtics offense next year. What I noticed last season, and really since he got to Washington at the trade deadline in 2022, he started to post up a lot more and try and take advantage of smaller defenders guarding him, which is something that we didn't see much of in Dallas, but we did see in New York. So it was weird that Dallas was not able to really implement that. KP, if you get a smaller guy on him, even though he's not somebody that's going to punish you in the low post, back a defender down, drop step and dunk on you,
He has such a high release, such a good touch, especially in that mid-post area, that he's going to be a mismatch problem for teams that will switch pick and rolls against the Celtics. And it's going to be so interesting to see like the dynamic with a JB-JT pick and roll with Porzingis as the screener. So here, I think that's Raul Neto that's guarding him. Way too small, man. And they know this. They're not really going to dig too much and help. So KP just has to make a move. Does it? Nice shot. Once again, a little different look here from Philadelphia. No true big on the floor. PJ Tucker's going to end up getting the matchup with Porzingis. Porzingis is just going to dive down. It's going to be a nice entry pass. And he's going to hit a tough shot over PJ Tucker, but using his length to his advantage. And even if it's not a small defender, Bam's one of the best big defenders in the league, one of the best overall defenders in the league. KB was still trying to find his way to go at guys that might even not be, small mismatches like how we seen in the previous two plays. And here, it's going to be a tough shot, but like I said, with the 7'3" length that he has and the soft touch, very, very tough shot. But these are just things that the Celtics offense really lacked last season. Just somebody that you can give the ball to in the mid-post area consistently. That's not Jason Tatum. Because that wasn't always the best recipe, and JT was easy to double in those situations. KP's going to get a lot of one-on-one opportunities, I believe, in this offense if he's utilized right. And if smaller defenders are on him like how I think it's going to be, especially if he's running the 4, like here, Shaedon Sharpe guarding Porzingis, and he's taking advantage. He's going to back him down, hit another turnaround jump shot. Tough play. Like I said, even if it's the big defenders and some of the best in the league, and Anthony Davis can still get the post work too. And Porzingis this time is going to beat him to the cup, bully him, and get the finish. Tough one. In another situation, another small defender, once again against Philadelphia. James Harden guarded him, no Embiid on the court. KB going to use his size and his length to his advantage once again. And another tough fall-away jump shot. Really like this play, even though Kevin Durant guarding him right here. KD's a 7-footer. KP knows he's bigger, he's stronger, and he should be able to get good position on the inside post and be able to finish. And this actually is a drop step dunk. Like, this was a nice play right here by KP, up and under dunk. Washington really used Porzingis in different ways. And one thing I noticed on film was him as a lob threat was actually more present than what I kind of expected or even remembered from last season. They actually used him a lot just as a lob threat. If he was the 5 that was on the court, a lot of times they ran him with like a Daniel Gafford. But if KP was the 5, they like to use him as a lob threat. And it worked pretty well. And I think that's an interesting thing because there's going to be times where he is going to be the 5 on the court. And that's what Robert Williams' presence is so good. But I think KP, maybe not at the same level as Robert Williams, but I think he can be an effective lob threat. So in these situations where, maybe the jump shot isn't falling or they just need somebody to really beat a back line of a defense, I think KP can provide some of what Robert Williams does while still providing the high-level shooting that Al Horford did for most of last season. Here, down screen action, KB going to set the screen here. Defenders are going to jump out. KP's going to get an easy roll and a great pass there. I think that's Bradley Beal catching it. Yep, great pass by Beal and a tough finish. Quick cut, but KP went to set the screen here, and then he just slipped it, get a wide open roll to the bucket. Aaron Nesmith, first off, too small of a defender to really challenge KP at all on this pass. This is a great pass from Kuzma, but KP, wide open roll to the bucket. Another nice finish. Super impressive just how he moves without the basketball, man, because I think a lot of it in Dallas was him just being a spot-up jump shooter or pick-and-pop shooter. But Washington really used KP in a lot of different ways. And him off the ball, whether it was as a shooter or as a lob threat on the back line of the defense, was super, super effective. No big in the game once again for Philadelphia. Going to get a double up here. Danny's going to slip. A couple dribbles in. KP is just going to roll hard to the bucket. Strong roll to the bucket. He's going to end up getting a dunk out of it. If there is one concern, it's the defensive side of the floor. But I think there are some high points for sure. Now, the concern, I think, is going to be on switches, on pick and rolls, because the Celtics like to switch a lot. How is KP going to be able to hold up on that? I feel like he was solid defensively last season. He was better than he has been in the past. But he's going to have to ramp it up to a different level if he's going to be playing a lot of 5 in like late game situations, because teams are definitely going to attack him. They're definitely going to try and attack him for sure. We'll see how he holds up, but he already does run a lot of drop coverage. So We know Boston likes to go from switching to drop coverage a lot. So if they do run drop, I think he'll be able to still thrive and provide some of that shot blocking ability that he did last season. And the trio of him, Horford, and Robert Williams, if all three guys are still on the team when the season starts, has to be the best shot blocking trio in the league. Like, I can't think of one team that has a trio of shot blockers that are that good. So here, Colin Sexton's going to come off the screen. Porzingis running the drop coverage, going to force him to get to his left hand, and he's going to block the shot. Sexton's going to drive off it hard. Porzingis running that drop coverage, beat him to the spot, get the block shot.
This was probably my favorite play from the entire tape of watching KP. And one thing about the Wizards, they did not have the best defensive wing players or guards in the league at all, by any means. Like, their defensive versatility up front was not the greatest. But KP was able to hold his own as the backline defender. And here, he's going to help off really good. Brunson's going to hard drive, throw up his floater, which is just a patented move. He never really misses it. KP's going to get a good vertical contest. And we're going to get to the end of the play, too, because this was a crazy play. Watch, great contest there. Scramble for the rebound. Randall saves it. KP never wavered, never ran away from the play. He's going to get the block shot here and the rebound. And he's going to draw the foul. That was an amazing play, bro. Just run that back one more time because this play was so impressive. All right, back here. Brunson drives hard. Great contest by KP. Still hovering around the basket and blocking Jericho Sims, one of the best jumpers in the league. Couple more plays to wrap it up. KP going to fade. And just the respect that he has as a jump shooter is going to force the OKC big to jump out, and he's going to be able to get an easy drive-by right here. I think that's Mike Muscala. Nice dunk. And then his movement without the ball, he's going to fade to the corner. But he sees Bradley Beal coming off of the screen from Daniel Gafford. He's going to get downhill, and KP, instead of sitting in the corner waiting for a pass to get out there, he's going to make himself even more open, cut back door, and get another easy finish at the rim. Now, we don't even know if this is the Celtics' final roster going into the season, but if it is, and Porzingis is asked to run the 4 and some 5 in different lineups, as a fan, I'm very excited to see the different looks, the offensive versatility that KP can provide, and if defensively he can hold up just well enough for this team to make another deep playoff run.